Welcome to another My Week in Media. 4 weeks this time. It's been 4 weeks. I always have that battle. Do I take in and consume more media, or do I create some media of my own? This time, the create media of my own battle was won. And so I'm here in front of the camera. We're going to do this. What have I been taking part of in these last 4 weeks with media? Well, let's find out. And let's start off with the vinyl, like we usually do. So these, well, at least one of these has been on order since November, October. So it's been a long time, but it finally came in a few weeks ago. And that is the Goldfinger album, Never Look Back. And so I've been enjoying this on through the digital download that I had of it. And it's such a good record, such a good ska album. So if you're a fan of ska, please check this out. It is good. And then two other ones that I got are from the band Emery, White Line, and Eve. And really, I haven't been too familiar with Emery's stuff. I remember in 2008 I bought one of their albums, and it was I'm Only a Man, I think it was. And then I found out later on that apparently that wasn't the best representation of their overall sound. I liked the album, but it wasn't like a home run for me. So I've been diving in and experimenting and finding out more of their music. So I'm still waiting on two other records that I've pre-ordered from them, also a long time ago, that'll probably show up here in the next month or two. So, but if you like emo, they're pretty good band. I've been enjoying them. I've gotten to give both of those records a couple spins, and I've enjoyed it. All right, next that we're going to is I'm going to jump over to books, because we haven't done books in a while, because I haven't purchased many books in a while. But I was browsing the internets, it may have been Facebook, and I saw a post that the Godzilla store from Tokyo, from Japan, had been sending some of the merchandise to these stores that are in the US. And I noticed that they had these books that I've been looking at, trying to get my hands on for a long time. But the process seemed really difficult, because to order it from Japan, you had to know somebody there with a mailing address. So it had to be shipped to them, and then they had to ship it to you. So the process seemed really difficult. So I never could get my hands on these books. I couldn't find them on Amazon. I couldn't find them on eBay. And so when I saw that on that advertisement on Facebook that day, I was like, all right, kids, get dressed. We're going to the store. And so I picked up 6 of them. 2 weeks later, the next issuing of myself a budget, I went to the store again and got 6 more. So I got 12 of these books, and they are picture books with images taken on the set from the various Godzilla films. And so, like, I've been trying to get a good variety of the various kaiju, and there's and who we got here? So I got all 3 versions of Mechagodzilla. There's Gigan, Rodan, Mechagodzilla 3 or Kiryu, Hedorah, King Ghidorah, or Ghidra. Can't see what that is in there. Oh, Agorosaurus. Can't see what that is in there. Mechagodzilla 2, Titanosaurus, Megalon, and there we are, back to the beginning. And I love these books. A lot of very well done, detailed photos in here, so you can spend some time looking at the suits more in depth and seeing behind the scenes footage shots of how they did things on set. Really insightful. Really liked it. Jet Jaguar I didn't name there at the beginning, but really good set of books. So the name of that store. I got the bag sitting right over here. I'm gonna grab it real quick. Kinokuniya. Kinokuniya. So look them up if they have one in their area. It's a bookstore, and a lot of Japanese stuff that you just can't find anywhere else. So I was really happy to have found that. All right, now for movies. So let me start off with what I've purchased in those weeks. I couldn't remember if I brought this one up or not, but I got the entire series of the Animaniacs. So I've been watching this and enjoying it with my kids, and I was happy to find this for a pretty good price at Wally World. Other movie purchased is Chud. Got it off of Amazon. Gave it a watch. Entertaining. Probably wasn't really much what I was expecting from it, but I did enjoy it. And then another one I purchased that I don't know where I put the disc right now, where I put the box, is Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage. It's kind of like a Five Nights at Freddy type thing. It was okay. I didn't think it was great. One of the things that bothers me with Willy's Wonderland and the Banana Splits was the animatronic stuff. They don't look animatronic. They look like people in suits. And so if they could give those characters more of a animatronic type feel to them, I feel like they'd go a long way into helping the way that those creatures come off. Because they just look like people in suits right now, even though they're supposed to be animatronic characters. So that bothers me a little bit. Another one that I didn't purchase, but I've been loaned, is Extra. This has Extra 1 and 2 on it. I've only watched the first one. I liked it. Some of the practical effects of the monster reminded me of The Thing. Anyway, check it out if you like that practical monster effects like that. It's pretty fun. It doesn't have near as much as The Thing, but what they do have is pretty creepy and is well done. So worth checking out. Haven't watched Extra 2. Hopefully I'll get to that this week at some point. Other movies that I've watched, let's hit the big ones. Kong versus Godzilla. Finally got to watch that. I've been anticipating that movie so much. Wait, I already said I watched that one. That was last time. Forget that. Mortal Kombat is the next one that I was anticipating quite a bit and got to watch it. Didn't go see it in theater like I did with Kong versus Godzilla. Watched it at home, HBO Max, and I thought it was great. As a movie on its own, like if I wasn't familiar with the franchise of Mortal Kombat, I don't think I would have liked the movie that much. But because I'm familiar with the characters, I'm familiar with the story, it was a quite enjoyable movie. So I'm glad I got to see it. I'm glad they're doing it. And so I hope they keep going with it, because it looks like they've set it up for sequels. So I hope they do. Let me make a reference here to some other stuff that I saw. Oh, I've been catching up on some stuff that I've needed to finish, like Fast and the Furious. So I saw the last of the Fast and Furious 8. And then Hobbs and Shaw. Hadn't seen those. Finally got around to watching those. They were pretty good. I enjoyed them. Also, that inspired me to go back and watch Drive. Because Drive is nothing like the Fast and the Furious series, but the whole concept of thinking of cars, it made me think of this movie. It's a 5-star movie for me. 5 out of 5 stars. It's so good. Ryan Gosling is in it. He's the main character, and it definitely has that gangster mafia feel, and I love gangster mafia movies. It's not a gangster mafia. I mean, well, there's definitely some gangster elements in it. And I really like it for that. That's a big part of the reason why I like it. So I'm scrolling through my list here to see what else I've watched. Watched with my kids, All Dog Goes to Heaven. My internet was out for like 2 weeks. So when Joe Bob Briggs came back on Shudder for The Last Drive-In, I wasn't able to watch for a while. So I've been trying to catch up on that. And so I watched Mother's Day on there. I like that one quite a bit. It's a trauma film. Um, the House by the Cemetery, Italian film, watched it on there, enjoyed it. I enjoyed the music that I heard on it. And one that I got to rewatch was Audition. I had seen it, I'm going to guess it was around 2007, 2008, somewhere around there. I watched it for the first time. So I haven't seen it in a long time. And it's a good movie. I'd forgotten a lot about it. So it was almost like I was watching it again the first time, but there were moments where, oh yeah, things were coming back to me and I remembered. So that's where I am with Joe Bob. I still have one more left from last week, and then probably tonight or tomorrow, this last Friday's stuff that they did. I know Bride of Reanimator, which is one I've been putting off to watch, is one of the new ones, and so I'm looking forward to watching that one. So that's it for media. That's my music, movies, books, and then next one is the action figures or toys. Okay, so I've been going a lot to the stores, and I've been really disappointed with how I've been finding the shelves. It seemed like completely ransacked and empty. I don't know if it's resellers going there and picking everything up and then putting it back out on the market online, but the shelves always seem really empty. And so my hunts for the He-Man Masters of the Universe stuff hasn't gone too well. In those last 4 weeks, I managed to pick one new one up, and it was Man-at-Arms. Found him, so added him to the collection. And then, so while I was there, and I was like, well, I don't have any Masters of the Universe to pick up, so how about these other ones that I've been wanting to get, but I've been funneling my money to the Masters of the Universe, so I didn't get those. So I started picking up the real Ghostbusters stuff, and there was only 4 of them, so I went one time and got 2. The first ones I picked up here was Ray, and then Egon, and then I went back a couple weeks later and picked up, let's see, oh sorry, that wasn't Ray. This Ray and Winston were the ones who I got the second time around, and so I already have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Picked him up. So now I need Slimer. And they got some of those big props. When I was a kid, I never got any of the real Ghostbusters toys. I always go to friends' house and see them with all the toys, all the ghost figures that went with them. And so I hope they start coming out with more ghost figures than just the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man and Slimer, because I would love to pick some of those up. But anyway, that's what they got out right now. And so those are figures I've wanted since I could remember when I was a kid. I spent my money on the Ninja Turtles back then. So Ninja Turtles I had some of, but didn't have much G.I. Joe or didn't have any real Ghostbusters. So I'm glad to have gotten some of those. So my most recent trip to Walmart, I went in by freak chance because my wife forgot to put some stuff on our pickup order. So I went in to get butter. I'm like, I'm going to swing by the toy aisle. And so first thing I went by the electronics section where they have the collector's items because I looked for the NECA Team Ninja Turtle stuff there. Didn't have anything. Went to the toy aisle, thought maybe I'll find some Godzilla stuff. They had 2 Godzilla figures and they were stacked right by each other. So I figured they were the same thing. But I peeked back and it ended up one of them was one of the ones I needed, and it's the Mecha Godzilla. So I was really happy to find that and pick it up. And then as I was about to leave, scan the aisle quickly one last time, and to my complete joy, they had in the toy aisle, not in the collector section, they had Super Shredder, the NECA Super Shredder, and I can't express how excited I got when I found this thing. I've been looking and hoping to get my hands on that for a long time now, and so I was so happy when I finally did. Hopefully that covers everything, and I've caught you back up my week in media, my 4 weeks in media, and so I can maybe get back to being a little more regular. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.